We are back with yet another few matches on the docket for the Rocket League Spring Series North American Closed Qualifier. Again, a mouthful, but there is plenty of entertainment to come. Joining me for the latter half of this broadcast, I am your host, Vaudible, and on the side of my screen over here is Sleeky and Samael. How are you two feeling about the way this bracket and these closed qualifiers have turned out to be so far?
How can you not feel good about this? That's all I have to say. I mean, this bracket coming in, guys, this is nuts. I mean, we were looking at this bracket and all of the good teams, and it has not disappointed so far. Just an unreal showing. The top two teams qualifying up in the upper bracket. Who would have predicted that? I don't think anybody had that on their radar.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot of fun to watch, really, too, because it's been a lot of just solid games throughout all day long and into this evening. It hasn't really been anything where, and we didn't expect this either, but there hasn't been any of those games where it's been sort of boring to watch. From what I've been seeing up to this point, they've been all really pretty close, but just skill-wise, it's been on another level. And I'm excited to really take it from here and see if we can continue to push that envelope as we move on.
And moving on into our next matchup is one that people expected to see in the upper bracket at some point, depending on how things turned out. But we are going to be having eUnited versus the Soniqs, a great matchup that we have seen before in the RLCS, but now we're getting to see it here on Rival Esports. Before we even get into this, let's get some predictions on the docket for this next matchup. We want to see everyone in chat voting for their favorite teams, if they think it's going to be the Soniqs or if they think it's going to be eUnited. But how both teams got here in the lower bracket, exclamation. Well, we're going to fix those actually votes real quick. But these two teams, Sleeky, who do you think has what it takes to move on to the next stage? Because this isn't even a qualifying match. This is to get a chance at a qualifying match with Charlotte Phoenix.
Well, I think both sides really have a lot of solid talent, but in this situation, I really think it's going to be eUnited pulling ahead. I mean, we've just seen such great things come out of them. They are really just phenomenal RLCS team, and I think that they're going to be able to put together a solid enough series to continue to move on, but I don't think it's going to be easy. I think they have to take it to the very end of the line, but in the end, I do think it'll be eUnited.
That's bold. I like that. I'm sitting here thinking, I don't know about all that, to be honest with you. I'm going to go Soniqs myself. I like Soniqs' game. I like what they did in RLCS. Now for eUnited, we got to call out the addition of Memory in for Roldiz for this tournament here. So that's a little bit different than their RLCS roster. But still, the Soniqs, an extremely good team, a good showing in RLCS. And I just like those guys. How do you not like those three? So I'm going Soniqs. And also I learned after casting this previous rival series with Sleeky, if you want to be right in your prediction, just go against Sleeky.
I was about to bring that up before this happened too. I'm like, okay, whatever Sleeky picks, I just have to go with the opposite. So of course, I am going to go with the Soniqs as well. But looking at how both of these teams got here, the Soniqs dropped 3 games to 2 against 72PC, who qualified themselves. And looking at eUnited, they dropped 3 games to 2 against Rogue. So Rogue, they didn't even manage to qualify themselves. eUnited, they were close to getting to that qualifying matchup, but this might be the end of their journey here in the Spring Series. We're going to have to see how things turn out. Again, vote in chat who you think is going to come out on top. It's pretty close so far looking at it. 62% for the Soniqs. I guess a lot more people thinking the Soniqs are going to take this one and probably going against Sleeky's vote so far. And then
it's almost like
for eUnited.
It's almost like I'm so good at picking the wrong team that I'm really picking the right team all along. I'm just giving everybody else the opportunity to choose against me.
I mean, either way, you've got a perfect record. So, I mean, there's
that I do.
Yeah.
And for anyone who might not understand, throughout all of Rival Series, through a couple of CRL I've made a lot of predictions, and not a single one of them has been correct up to this point. So we'll see if that changes tonight. Maybe.
Yes, and we will see if that changes. Getting straight into this match. Take it away, guys.
Appreciate it, Vaughn. And, you know, Sam, regardless of whether or not I am actually right or not, I do think that this is still going to be a close game. I think we've got 2 really solid teams here that are bringing a lot to the table. And so either way, I think we're going to see a good match regardless of who comes out as the winner.
Oh, no doubt about that. I think that goes without saying. We've seen a ton of good matches so far, and as we get further into the bracket, you know that everything heats up. So on the screen right now, 2 RLCS rosters playing down into the lower bracket. Who would have expected that? But it leads to a fantastic match here. But unfortunately, one of these teams will go home.
Oh, that is true. We'll see who that is as we get underway with game number 1 of this best of 5. It's going to be Shock getting some pressure on the side wall. Memory up close, though. Lots of space on this left side will allow Sathu to take control, but Ajax with a quick challenge. It'll be Hawkster trying to make his way around his Memory. Back over to Shock, though, who's got it downfield. It's a good 50 off of that. Memory able to get just in front of it. And now he'll have control. Gets demoed, but he gets a clear downfield. And, you know, Sam, I know it's a bit of the feeling out stage, but this game does feel a bit slow to start things off.
Yeah, and honestly, this is eUnited's style. They like to wait back. They like to respond to what the opponent is doing. So I'm not surprised to see them waiting back, but you can see the Soniqs already taking advantage, having an early advantage to this game. But it's still real early, and as I say, it's Soniqs with the advantage. It's going to be eUnited that get on the board first.
Yeah, this is just a solid push by Ajax. Memory able to get a really solid touch. It's unfortunate that DAP comes into it, but either way, that goal is a result of the pressure that eUnited were putting forward. So we see them take the lead early on here, just 1 minute into regulation. But it's immediate pressure the other way. Ajax having to find a save on that one. We'll be back down for Hawkster. Good block from Sathu, but Ajax again to follow it through. It's a touch from Hawkster to push it off the back wall. Shock send it back downfield. We reverse sides now. It'll be Sathu. We're not getting a lot of contained hits. It really just clears in either way. Be interesting to see if someone starts to pick it up. That's a good one there from Shock. He gets it around 1. Demo comes through on Sathu, though. That's going to stop that attack dead in his tracks.
Even with this style of eUnited, I'm surprised at the space that we're seeing. Not a lot of challenges from either team, just waiting back and allowing the opponent to take charge. You cannot do that for a whole series. If you do, you will begin to just get scored on as the other side recognizes that. But yeah, got to say, I am surprised, Sleegy. It started a little slower than I would have expected.
Sometimes it's not speed that wins games, almost coming through there from DAP. But, you know, sometimes the slow one wins the race. Take it nice and easy. We'll see if that's where the play continues here. And Sathu trying to get a pass over to DAP. It's going to be Ajax looking for the follow-up. Is Hawkster, but it's going to be a save by Ajax. Actually incredible to find that touch, but I'm not sure that's quite what he was looking for.
Oh, man, you can't fault him because he got that big bump on Shock, so he had taken the defender out, but you're not really supposed to swap places with the defender, as that was actually a big save for his opponent there by Ajax. That could have been big for eUnited too as we tick away into this game. Everything really close right now, and 2-goal lead. It feels like that could be enough to take this game.
Yeah, and as we cross over into the second half, it's just an unfortunate situation, but they're still pressing right now. Sathu gets another clear. It'll be right down to DAP. That's on target. Hawkster trying to get around. The ball doesn't have enough speed to make it too threatening, but the pressure continues on as Sathu takes another shot. It's going to be off the corner. DAP is there, but that's not going to be able to get it on target. And this should and will be Hawkster's ball to send downfield. Good pass from Sathu, but right over top. Shock. It'll be Memory now with control. Gets it past 1, looking for the second, but Sathu tracks well. Be Hawkster just taking a pot shot towards goal. It pings off the back wall. But Memory still with it. Gets the demo. It's right there in front. Ajax gave up on the play. Didn't have faith that Memory would be able to make that work, and they give up another scoring opportunity.
And this is that lackadaisical play that we see, though, coming here out of eUnited. I know they have this lead, but they have got to start pressing. We see Soniqs push down just a little bit. I do believe they will get this tying goal. It's maybe the chance here as Soniqs start something, but still, Soniqs also just as patient.
They're really trying to connect with each other on these passing opportunities. I've seen them setting it up a lot. So far, eUnited's defense has been holding strong, but we'll see if it holds up here. Shock was looking for the double, couldn't get the handle on it in time. It's another opportunity, passes them by, and now time really starting to become a factor in this game as Shock comes away with another save. It's going to be down to Sathu on target.
Yeah.
Memory not going to be able to find it, and Sathu will get them back level.
Perfect play there from Shock as he carries the ball all the way through mid. Opponent gives you space. You have got to take advantage. That's exactly what Shock did, and Sathu ready and waiting for that feed. Great play from Soniqs. Felt like only a matter of time for them to get the first goal. It does take 7 shots, but now we are back into a tie situation, and this is really bad for eUnited as they've struggled outside of that 1 goal.
Well, it stopped right in front. Memory jumped up for that late, and that's a bump on Hawkster. Gives Shock a lot of space to work with. 20 seconds to go. He gets it over top 1. Demo coming in through that, but Sathu too far behind. Opportunity falls apart as Ajax clears it downfield. It's a 50 from Nap as the final 10 seconds begin to count down. It's Shock into the corner, but cleared by Hawkster. Dap has an opportunity to keep it in. Could be an opportunity for the Soniqs, but that's going to hit the ground, and we've got overtime in game number 1.
Hey, why not? So many close series tonight. Why not an overtime in game 1? And I am not surprised when you have 2 teams so close, 2 RLCS teams, very familiar with one another. You know they will play each other close in almost every game. We're seeing it here in game 1.
Well, we'll see in just a few minutes who's going to walk away with the win here. It's the Soniqs pressuring right now. It's a double commit from eUnited, but Ajax has possession. Gets it over top 1, not able to find the second, but a bad hit from Sathu will send it back to the side. He makes up for it, though, with the bump on Memory. Keeps him from following up. Sathu almost had a pinch angle on goal there. Just slightly off target, and an opportunity for the Soniqs yet again. Be Hawkster in the midfield, straight to the feed of Shock. Sathu waiting long time there, just trying to find the angle. Ends up waiting a bit too long as it's cleared away. It's Dap yet again, looking for a double touch. That was so close, Sam, to finding its way past.
Yeah, another opportunity where there's just wide open space in mid for Soniqs. This has become a game of whichever team takes control of the midfield is going to take control of this series.
Oh,
big block from Ajax. Oh, and the shot not there. Wow. eUnited squeak away there. They're still in it.
How? I don't even... Mistakes on both sides there. I guess it ends up working out. I'm honestly in shock right now at that entire series of play. We continue on with this OT here as the Soniqs still on pressure. It's going to be Ajax sending it back into the midfield off the side wall. It's going to be Memory. Back down. Ajax in position. Hawkster beats him to it. Looks for the double. Finds it, but it's not on target. It's Dat now on the counterattack. He's got Sathu supporting right. It's going to be over top. Ajax almost dropping it down. The mistakes still piling forward. This overtime just bizarre at this point.
I know it's overtime, and I know that Soniqs have started to take control of this game, but you only had 1 player up on that ball. It looked like Sathu had a chance at that rebound. Like to see the Soniqs start to take some of those chances because eUnited are just leaving this game wide open. Shock now looking out center, has Sathu behind. Great press and some more pressure here coming from Soniqs.
Yeah, they're just piling it on at the moment. That's a massive clear from Ajax. It's going to hit off the back post. Memory
What a read.
was looking for it, but a great this overtime. And the Soniqs on their own counter right now, looking to end it here, but it's not going to happen. United clearing it all the way down. Ajax near target's going to be sent right over top. Memory to Shock. Ooh, Memory not going to get the follow-up touch. It's over top. Hawkster. Ajax with possession. Gets it over top of 1. Dap has to clear that out. It's back to Memory again. Dap was able to get in front of that one as well. And it feels like every attack just getting stopped short on both sides right now.
Yeah, but this is the fatigue of overtime now that you're seeing from Soniqs. They started so strong, but we've played over 3 minutes of extra time now. But as I say it, Sathu, you are an animal. Sathu takes this ball all the way through mid, up and over the top of Memory. And then as he gets the shot, he takes out Hawkster as well. Insult added to injury. That's game 1. It goes to the Soniqs.
And I really think, that was a great run there but I really think that was just poor defensive rotation. I mean, we saw him in the corner grab and boost, and then he challenges really early. It ends up putting him just so far out of position, and after a long overtime like that, to give it away on really what was a defensive mistake, and it's got to be hard for eUnited, who had a lead earlier on in that game.
Well, when you play as patient as eUnited did on defense, that gets the other team going a little bit. If you give open space, eventually your opponent will begin to take that open space. And when that happens, things tend to tilt as well. It becomes a situation where not only now are you moving slower, but the opponent is probably starting to take more chances than they typically would. But you said it. I mean, the defense on that transition play, definitely one that eUnited would want back. But I think the result there is one that is certainly expected, as we saw Soniqs really have the better of the play throughout what ended up being a almost 9-minute game.
Yeah, it was a really long way to start off this game. I mean, you see Ajax coming away with 8 saves there, just an absolute monster defensively. But it ends up not working out for them. I mean, you can get as many saves as you want, but if you're not applying appropriate pressure downfield, it doesn't end up working out. So we see Soniqs take the lead in the series. It's going to be up to eUnited to try and claw their way back in.
And hey, if we're mentioning saves, let's mention the saves that Ajax has that was an own save. That one goal was the difference maker.
Well, game number 2 off to a start right now, and it's immediate pressure from Soniqs. What a follow through from Shock, and they waste no time in this game taking the lead.
Yeah, you see this a lot after a team comes away with a close victory in the first game. They've made a lot of determinations about the opponent and how they're playing. And this is where Soniqs now will really start to put their foot down. It will be up to eUnited to respond to that. You've got to be able to punch back, especially when you go down so early. Hoxer nearly gets it by there, but can't get it past the defense, and now we're going back downfield.
That's a good pass down. Ajax with the recovery. Back to Shocks. Hoxer to receive. That's a great pass to Ajax, who was waiting for it. Drops it in on target. What a save from Dap. Does Hoxer have the follow-up? He does, but Satthew finding the save. And a defensive lesson being put on display from the Soniqs right there as they withstand 2 really potent attacks from eUnited.
Yeah, very, very tough saves. They were up to the challenge, though, as they keep this shutout intact. We talked about the saves on the other side from Ajax, but phenomenal. Now we see Satthew up through the air. Another chance. It was Satthew who put that game away in the first game. Doesn't get it there, but still strong play from Soniqs. They've made some adjustments here. They're challenging more in mid. We're not seeing that space. If anything, it's Soniqs just stepping up and taking the space that eUnited are giving them.
And eUnited right now are definitely giving them a lot of it. We're seeing some unconventional rotations come from them right now. They're holding on by a thread, but it's giving the Soniqs a lot of room to work with. Hoxer gets a wonderful play pass, but he can't maintain control. And that's another opportunity on goal wasted, it feels like, for eUnited in this game.
Yeah, but at least they're keeping the ball down in the zone and allows them to get another chance. This is big. You just have to keep the cycle going, starve your opponent of boost, and eventually good things will happen.
Well, it's Shock with possession right now. He's got Satthew in support midfield. It's going to be Dap going up for this. It's a clear to the left side. Hoxer beats Shock. Memory getting the demo on Dap. Oh, what a pass from Hoxer straight into Ajax. He was sniped, and they find themselves back level.
Yeah, Hoxer taking advantage of time in the corner. You cannot give a player like Hoxer that much time to wait. He sized up that ball, waited for the opponent to just come creeping in, and then that pass right on the mark out center. eUnited get the game tied up just like game 1. We're back to 1-1. Will we see another long overtime? We've got a lot to play before we get there.
Well, that's a giveaway from Hoxer to Satthew, but it should be and is Ajax to clear it back away. No one following up pressure on that ball. Shock trying to connect with Dap. They get something on it, but Memory to clear it away. Bit of an aggressive push there from the Soniqs, but they are able to get rotated back around. Shock now looks to try and get this past Hoxer. It's over to Dap. Good pass over to Shock, but cut down by Memory. Dap cleared downfield. Shock looking to get it off the back wall, but Hoxer with the read. Will be back over to Memory into the midfield. Hoxer up for it, but that ball was a bit slow. We continue to see some eUnited pressure building in the other half right now.
And strong play really for eUnited in this last minute after they got that goal. You're seeing them take control of the play. We're not seeing the offensive opportunities that we saw early from Soniqs. Instead, it's eUnited. They're not only making smart touches, but they're pressing up and going for these challenges as well, not just giving the space to Soniqs. That's the exact adjustment they needed to make. Oh, yeah.
Yes, pass over to Ajax. Dap almost able to find the save, but it's too powerful, and eUnited will take the lead.
And another play in the corner as eUnited continue to just abuse Soniqs and their defense in that corner. Soniqs not able to make the reads to stop these passes out front. And I don't got to tell you, Sleegy, you put that pass right out into the box at this level, and it is almost always going to be a tough shot on net. We see now eUnited 2 goals here now to take this lead. They just need to hold on.
Well, still time for the Soniqs to try and make a comeback here, though. They would be on series point if they could come away with this. But right now, it's eUnited looking to get the series back level. 60 seconds, that's all that remains in regulation as Memory clears it off the back wall. Be back over to Dap. Pass to Shock, who puts it into the corner. He'll look to follow this up. He's got the beat on Ajax. Looks to get a bump on Hoxer, but he can't get it. Pressure. That's going to be a huge block from Ajax. Almost able to follow that through, but Sathu quickly back on it. Now it'll be Sathu. Left side, got Dap playing interference. Just looking for a pass off the back wall, but can't connect. Now that's another clear from Hoxer, looking to connect with Ajax on target, and that might be game.
Sathu in the air, but can't get there. Ajax, what a great redirect after Hoxer just bombs that ball down the field. Ajax makes no mistake. Ajax, the defensive star in game 1 for eUnited, but that will be the 3rd goal for him. It's a hat trick now, and you said it, the 2-goal lead here may just be enough for eUnited. Just 20 seconds left here for Soniqs. They'll need to put everything down on the other side of the field. But that won't help.
No, not really. I think that attack getting cut out is going to spell the end of game number 2. eUnited going to get themselves back level in this series. They picked up their play a lot more. We saw the passing plays start to come together, Sam. And what sort of change do we think we need to see from the Soniqs in this game 3 to try and get things back under their control, as that one goes in a bit unexpectedly there at the end?
Yep, not going to be enough, obviously, though. 0-second goal, all for naught. Honestly, I think this has become a series of adjustments, Sleegy. The two teams, we called it out. When they first started, it felt pretty slow. Felt like the teams were watching each other, waiting, seeing what was going to happen. We had that game 1 overtime to give them even more time to see each other. And then right out the gate in game 2, we get that goal from Soniqs, and immediately the pace has quickened. We saw Soniqs start to take some of that space that was given to them, and that got them that early lead. And then eUnited took away that space. They were now making challenges. The midfield is no longer this wide open range that we saw in game 1. Instead, players are getting up in the face of the opponent and making the challenges that they need. So I think for the Soniqs, start to beat the challenges. You've got to now use the space that you're afforded, which is not nearly as much as you were given before. A big way to do that is with passing plays. Soniqs have the ability to make these passing plays. If they can use each other to transition upfield, the defense for eUnited has still looked suspect at times.
Yeah, and I think passing plays especially has been the critical moments in both of these games. We saw Soniqs be more of that passing aggressive team in game 1. That's why they were able to take away the win. We saw here in game 2, especially for that first goal, an amazing pass, right? Just a snipe to get that goal through. So it really is coming down to who can string together the better team plays in order to move the ball downfield, because the defenses so far have been absolutely phenomenal up to this point, and it really takes a creative level of play to beat that. We might see a goal right off the start, though. Shock screaming across to prevent that from happening.
Yeah, big defensive play, and now we're back down the other way. Ooh, Sathu nearly connecting on that outlet feed. Both teams getting a chance right out the gate. Certainly what we'd expect. Big block from Sathu. That ball's downfield. Memory. Thankfully, that not on net, but back and forth we go already, Sleety. This may turn into a shootout.
Yeah, that it may. Shock looking. Oh, just wide. He had an open net, but it was, in his defense, a bit of an awkward angle. Was reaching for it, but unfortunately not able to get it all the way through. So 45 seconds into game numero 3. So scoreless here as eUnited try and make their way downfield. Ooh, Ajax looking for the demo on Sathu there. Was an interesting play. It didn't quite work out, but I like the idea and I like the thought process of eUnited to try and start making this a more physical level of play.
Especially as you talk about the challenges that we were saying at mid, you're going to get players who are now involved. They're up in the face of each other. Yeah, open up space with physical play, like you said. That's definitely one way. If you're not going to do it with passes, just bully them.
Well, looks like they're trying to do that right now. What a pass to Ajax. Shock was there. Ajax again with the follow. And that's going to be wide. Might have been more pertinent to let Memory take control of that there, but hindsight's always 20/20. We see now Soniqs trying to make a push. It's Sathu tracking back. He gets one touch, but it's given away. Memory just throwing that on target to force Shock to find a touch. Dap on the respawn, almost actually getting in the way of Shock. And that might just end. Yep, it will. Hey, look at that, Sam. We got a pinch from downfield.
What? Yeah, what a pinch there with the opponent as well. Great block, just a big block from Dap, catching the defense off guard. You know, before that, you were mentioning Shock's name a lot, and Shock's a player that when you see this squad, you see Dapper, you see Sathu, two very much household names. So for some folks, Shock may not be that high-profile player compared to his teammates, but I tell you what, do not sleep on Shock because he is an extremely good player, especially with some of the defensive touches that he can make. 3 saves already from Shock. So enough of that. Oh, never mind. I'll talk about him again. Big block.
I guess you could say he can. He might shock you with his level of play as he almost sends one in down. As he almost sends one in downfield from there. It was a solid block. We'll see if Ajax trying to put it into midfield. It's off the sidewall yet again. Memory. Pressure of his own. Sathu now with control to be back to Memory. Right in front of Shock again. Over to Ajax. Shock now with an opportunity downfield. Going to put it straight in the Hawks here. He's not going to be able to gain control of that one as they wrap back around it yet again. Shock now with possession. Over to Memory. Hawks are up. It's got it off the backboard, but he can't get the second. Can Memory? No, it's going to be wide off the post. Follow-up shot from Ajax going to be saved, and 3 attacks in a row going to break apart for eUnited.
Yeah, that's a good response from eUnited as they got those chances, but the defensive wall for the Soniqs continues to hold strong, led again by Shock. 5 saves now back on the defensive end. Just amazing play to keep this scoreless, and now we're going back downfield. Shock looks for the shot, not on target. That's something eUnited have really got to watch out for. They can't give up another transition goal, not this late in the game.
And time really counting down here. So we've got 1:10 left on the clock. It's the Soniqs holding the lead. Sathu not able to find that follow-up. It'll be Shock. Looks to get a second. This is back over to Dap. Shock going to be up for it. It's not going to hit the backboard. Hawkser intercepts first. That's a great touch, though, from Sathu to put it right back down. Dap is there, but that's not going to be on target. And Sathu again. What a shot from Sathu. And that's going to make it 2-0. My goodness, the angle.
What a shot indeed. You saw he waited it out. He needed to get that with the butt end of his car to be able to put that angle on. Sathu able to get it done with that rotation. Such great car control in the air. And the lead now extended here for Soniqs late. 2 goals. And that will be a mountain to climb for eUnited. Looks as though Soniqs may have regained control of this series.
Still time left for eUnited, but It is very quickly running out. That's going to start with a great pass. What a save from Dap. And that could very well kill the game for eUnited. They needed to score on that passing opportunity to have any hope of pushing this game to a potential overtime. And Shock gonna just almost slide that in. I thought for certain that was gonna find its way through. But in the end, not enough pressure gonna come from eUnited. They're gonna lose this game 2-0 unless we see a last-second goal here, but it really doesn't matter.
Nope, that will be it. The back and forth series continues. I called it the series of adjustments, and I think the scoreline has shown us that so far as Soniqs now get themselves back on top. They took game 1, dropped game number 2, and now with game 3, they get this 2-1 series lead. And in a best of 5, that's huge because for Soniqs, they just need one more to move on into the next round of this lower bracket. But don't count eUnited out. I'm sure that they're thinking about what they need to do to respond. And that, again, was the most competitive game that we've seen from both of these teams. So I really love that as we're getting going in this series, both of the teams are heating up. And I don't expect we're going to see any sort of blowout scenario. And I really expect we might see that game 5.
I do as well. Like I said in my prediction, I think we're going to see this go all the way down to the wire. But the Soniqs just playing out of their mind that last game, defensively and offensively, finding opportunities and either capitalizing on them or shutting them down. We saw eUnited with a lot of really good looks in on goal, and they're just not able to connect. Soniqs just finding the magic they needed in that game, but with 5 more minutes and zeros on the scoreboard, it's another opportunity for eUnited to reset and get set for this game, because if they lose, then they're out.
Yeah, this is big, right? There's a lot on the line here. You don't want to go home not just getting to tomorrow, but the money that you could win. And then honestly, for eUnited with Memory in their lineup here, this is what looks like, a potential tryout situation for Memory. So they want to do well here and know that this is the lineup that it's going to work for them. Game number 4 will be massive for eUnited, and the first goal also will be crucial, especially after eUnited got shut out in that previous game.
Well, we'll see what happens here in game number 4. Winner of this will move on to face off against the Charlotte Phoenix. As Shock sends that across, looking for Dap. Actually finds a touch. Shock looking to find it again. Unable to get that past. Will be Ajax pass over to Memory. What a play, and eUnited starting off this game the exact way they needed to.
No doubt about that. They have aggressive play, down low, all 3 players getting involved, and it is a goal for eUnited. That is absolutely paramount as they try to find their way back into this series. But if this series has been any indication so far, we will see a tie goal. We will see both teams playing competitively. Hoxer, big block as Soniqs nearly got the tie goal right there off of that.
Was another pass midfield from Hoxer. AJ on the backboard. What a play from Ajax. And it's a 2-0 game now for eUnited.
Unbelievable. Love that. Pass out center, puts it right up top. And of course, gets the double. Why not? The skill from Ajax, the skill here from eUnited. They have put a statement on this game 4 early.
That they have 2-0 lead just in the first minute. As Hoxer takes control, they'll see if they can make it 3. Dap pushing forward is going to be blocked by Ajax. Not able to find that touch. It'll be back over to Memory. Finds one of his own, but not able to get the following touch. Hoxer. It drops down to Dap. Oh, good pass into midfield. Sathiu's got control. He's just got to beat Memory. It doesn't work out. Shock going to take an opportunity of his own. But they're not able to get that in on frame. As Hoxer gets the clear into the side, but Soniqs staying on top of it right now.
That was a big chance, though, for Soniqs to at least get back within 1. Really didn't get much of a chance on net, even though they had the opportunity. All started with that carry and a missed flick. But it has led to this setup here as they continue to press. This is what you want to see. Even if you don't get strong shots, you want to at least maintain possession. Soniqs doing that so far, and there is still a ton of time for them to get back in the game. Oh, Dap, jeez. It's like a wall.
Yeah, just not letting them gain any ground on that play there. Shock trying to take it up the wall to drop it down. We'll be back over to Dap to Hoxer. clear downfield. It'll fall to Safi, but he gets bumped away from it. Ajax to receive. He reverses field over to Memory, but Shock quick on the recovery to get back in front. It's Memory yet again looking to follow through a second time, but he can't get it past Safi. Possession changing hands quite frequently right here as both of these teams fight to maintain some solid possession. But it's eUnited trying to push their way downfield. Ajax looking for the angle. He can't get it on target. An opportunity for them to increase their lead even more there.
Yeah, and honestly, that would have been just backbreaking for Soniqs as they played so well and haven't gotten this goal. To give up a third goal like that certainly would not have been good, but they are able to make the stop. And Soniqs continue to play aggressive. I really like how Soniqs are playing. They have the series lead. They're looking to end this right now. They don't want this to go to game 5. You're seeing a lot of players just cut at mid, and these rotations are just tight as well, as there's not a lot of space on the field at all for eUnited.
They're doing a good job of just locking things down right now, making sure that they're taking their time on these plays. Hawkser with possession and the demo there. Gets it past Shock as well. Will be Dab not finding the touch. Hawkser wasn't prepared for it. Be off and up the side wall again. Ajax there looking for a double, but he can't get it past Dap. Shock with a good follow-up. Dap got Memory to beat. Looks to get one more. It's slow out in mid. Safi going to give up on it. As Ajax resets in his own corner. Good touch there. Solid pressure coming from the Soniqs right now as they try and breach this eUnited defense, but it is holding through right now as they continue to just weather the storm and then send long booming clears downfield.
But can they last? That's what we don't know, because eUnited, they're just hovering on the goal line right now, just crowding it, trying to just put everything in the box and stop these shots, but it's allowing Soniqs to get chances. Another one there out front. Memory with the clear. Ajax will put the ball downfield. That will alleviate pressure for eUnited. That's huge.
Huge indeed. Could be a huge opportunity. Oh my goodness, what a shot. And also what a save from Hawkser. Memory on the counter looking to make it happen himself. But that was a dual incredible play from both sides there. But in the end, that save might just give eUnited the win here and send us to a game 5.
One last chance. They got to get it here. Dap up into the air. It's on. Ajax with the block, and the ball's in the corner. Time running out. They need another shot on net. Do Soniqs, but that will not do it. That will be too slow.
Oh,
no. What? What?
We got a chance.
That was like 4 miles an hour.
Well, it was 4 miles an hour until he got that other hit. And then quickly got up to 48 miles an hour. Ajax just left hanging on the goal line. And while it's slim, we've definitely seen crazier. All depends on this kickoff. Not going to be the greatest. Shock keeps it up, though, and he can't get the follow-up. Almost able to keep that in the air, but eUnited will push us to a game number 5.
Game 5, we called it. The fans want it. The players are ready to deliver. And this has been such a close series. I think this is certainly expected at this point. It will take all 5 games to decide which team will move forward. These two teams have just been battling out here. And it really has been the definition of a back and forth series. The games have gone that way. It feels like every time the game starts, whichever team lost in that previous round is ready to prove something. And we saw that with eUnited. 2 goals early. They stay on top with that 2 goals. At this point, going into game 5, you got to wonder, will the team that scores first end up taking it? We've seen that in the past 2 games where even small leads end up being really, really tough to come back from.
Well, I mean, I think it also just comes down to how relatively low scoring of affair this entire series has been. We have not seen a single game go over 3 goals scored. So it's been kept rather close. And again, part of that is with the phenomenal defense we've been seeing both sides put up. If you can get a goal early on, it allows you to play more defensively and shut down the opportunities that the other side has. So I think you're absolutely right. I think whoever is able to get the opening goal here increases their chances of taking the whole thing dramatically.
No doubt about it. And if it's eUnited, that's going to be tough for Soniqs, because once eUnited get the lead, they just fall back on defense and make it that much harder to score.
Well, we're underway here. One of these teams will move on after this game. The other, well, they'll be watching on stream. Their day will come to an end. Hawks are trying to get that by. It's not able to. Will be Memory pushing it off the corner. Shock with the follow through. Ajax over to Memory. Oh, it was such a great pass. Memory just couldn't find the reach. And an opportunity to go up early squandered there, but they maintain pressure for now.
That was a heads-up play from Ajax. He was looking for Memory all the way. You said it, though, just out of reach of Memory. That would have surely been the first goal for eUnited, and eUnited have come out strong. They're looking to break this back and forth. They want to stop this response from Soniqs, and they're looking to get the goal to do it.
And that they are. 1 minute gone, still scoreless here. And Safi was looking to reconnect there with Dap. It's another pop-up. Dangerous with Memory. Pressing him like that, he almost gets the air dribble over two. Will be Shock popping it up yet again. Dap has the beat, but he gets bumped away, unable to follow it through. Memory will find the save. It's pushed back down again from Hoxer. Dap clear back downfield into Ajax. Not able to find that touch with Safi, but it doesn't matter. Not a whole lot of pressure coming his way. Up off the ceiling. He's got Dap in mid. Gets the follow-up touch. Dap almost able to collect on that in time, but it's just a bit too slow, and we continue on scoreless. Safi with the flip reset. It's going to get saved off the goal line, and Dap not able to find the following touch.
So much space in the air for Soniqs twice in a row now. It's looking like we've reverted back to game one. We're not going to play any midfield. We're going to all collapse back and just bomb the ball downfield, play transition. That's what eUnited are thinking right now, because they have collapsed into that defensive shell that we saw from game one.
Another clear downfield from Dap there, but Ajax with control. Actually, he's able to maintain control, but opts to take the boost. We'll leave it for Memory. He's able to get to the pass round one, pass two, pass three. Hoxer with the score, and that coming just seconds before halftime.
You hate to see it, really. That should not have gone in. Safiu pushes forward, can't get the touch up off the crossbar there. That's certainly a goal that Safiu is looking to have back there. He makes that stop almost every time. Uncharacteristic from Soniqs, but it's going to open up the door here for eUnited. One mistake, and it's in the back of the net.
You know, and it goes back to what we were talking about before this game. The first person, oh my goodness, they get a second. I'm not even able to finish my thought there, as Hoxer just coming in. Another bad miss from Safiu. Buries it in between Safiu and Shock, and a 2-0 lead now for eUnited.
And actually, Safiu just wrecked Shock. They were going to make that save. Shock had it, and Safiu just yeeted him out of the way. That is certainly unfortunate. Two big breaks for eUnited, as this game nearly handed to them. Soniqs have their work cut out for them. They're going to have to make up for those mistakes.
Yeah, and just to finish my thought from earlier, it's even added to the fact now we were talking about the first team to score in this game increased their chances dramatically. I understand you need to score first in order, or to score the most goals to win, but I think it was the momentum really in this game specifically. That first goal opens you up to really have the play style be whatever you want, and now we're seeing with the Soniqs being down, they very quickly are having to play to the pace of eUnited. And with 90 seconds left to try and make something back, it's going to be a lot of work cut out in front of them. As Dap trying to move it downfield, he gets a bump on one. It'll be Shock trying to find some fakes, but he's unable to get it fully through. Hoxer back in the back end of half. Hoxer gets the second touch. My goodness, Hoxer. Those people had families, and now they've got a 3-goal deficit to worry about.
And yeah, that may just be all she wrote, as we've just got a minute 15 left on the clock, and this lead for eUnited matches the biggest lead for any team that we've seen in this series. 3 goals, and when you're facing a defensive team like eUnited, this is a really, really bad spot to be in for the Soniqs. They're going to have to go all out on offense to have any chance. Here's Shock up top, but Hawks are there to make that stop.
Well, you know, there's still a remote chance here, Sam, but it's becoming more and more remote as time goes on. eUnited putting up a stand here in Game 5 as they look to meet a date with the Charlotte Phoenix. It'll be Hoxer. Not able to find it all the way around. Dap putting it off the sidewalk. It's follow-up touch. The double commit there on that play. Memory to put it back out. Time absolutely critical. They have to score on this opportunity right here. And oh no, Sathu not able to find the touch. A beautiful demo from Hoxer. And if that goes in, which it surely will, Hoxer putting the final nail in the coffin of the Soniqs right here.
It's just so hard to come back against an RLCS level team. Even 2-goal leads feel like they're monumental sometimes. And that's what Soniqs ended up running into here in game number 5. eUnited end up breaking this back and forth. It will be the first time that a team wins 2 games in a row, and eUnited have done it at the exact right time here to move forward. This is big now, as they had that awaiting date in front of them with Charlotte Phoenix. That is going to be an absolute banger of a match.
And you know, I gotta give huge props to eUnited for being the team to break my casting prediction.
Oh no.
eUnited, thank you so much. You're the first team I predicted to win that actually came through for me. You get bonus points for that. But either way, an excellently played series from you guys. There were a couple of moments where you looked shaky, but in the end, you put together a solid enough Rocket League, and now we'll see if you can continue that streak against the Charlotte Phoenix.
Yeah, and what a final game there from Hoxer. He gets all 4 goals for eUnited. That is a statement there of a big game player. When you can step into a game 5 and just take over, put your team on your shoulders, and just get it done. So shout out to Hoxer there. Definitely deserving of that MVP. Vod, can you believe it? We were wrong. Sleegy was right.
Yes.
How could we have let this happen?
You know, I usually have that happen to me whenever I make predictions. So maybe it's just the combination of Sleeky and I making predictions that caused it to go in his favor today. No, it was actually a great performance from all 3 members of eUnited. Ajax, insane from the get-go. Hoxer finally getting started at the end of that series there. 4 goals to his name at the final. And then Memory, he's just been helping fill in the gaps all the way through that entire series. But really, where things turned around for me when I was looking at it was that 4th game. It seemed like Soniqs did not have an answer to anything, and it got in their heads. They weren't coordinating as well as they had in the past few games, and it just completely broke down on offense. And when that started to happen, they just could not recover, especially in that final game, when they were so close time and time and time after time to getting that first goal. And you both said it. Whoever gets that first goal is most likely taking the game, especially the way the Soniqs were just beating themselves up after not being able to get the finishes. They didn't have the coordination that eUnited did, so at the end of the day, the better team won here, and eUnited moving forward to face off against Charlotte Phoenix. Charlotte Phoenix has got to watch out because eUnited looked pretty good there.
Yeah, this is going to be a good matchup. I think 2 different styles of these teams. So will eUnited be able to still play that defensive style against a Charlotte Phoenix team that can score in a hurry? They've got some players who can really put the ball on net fast. So yeah, that's going to be a good matchup. I'm definitely excited.
Yeah, same here. I'm looking forward to it.
It's going to be another great one. And our next matchup that we have, while y'all have all been waiting for, we'll figure it out right after the break, but it's going to be another great one. It's going to be a qualifier, $13,000 for whoever makes it out of that next matchup. Guaranteed, because they are in the spring series itself at that point. Gonna be this weekend. What an insane series of events we've had to get to this point so far. But Rogue versus Pittsburgh Knights, going to be another great matchup. We saw Rogue earlier on. They were so close to getting the victory, but then got reverse sweep. So now it's up to them to see if they can bring things back and qualify, or if Pittsburgh Knights, a fan favorite for sure, are going to take the victory there. We'll be right back after a few messages.